And right now, we're on our keynote address. How can we champion digital inclusion to reach a variety of customer segments in the post-COVID-19 world? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by our speaker, Ritki Krambadibrata, the president, Grab Indonesia. Well, Ritki oversees business operations, expansion, strategic partnerships, and brand development with a vision to drive the brand and service in Indonesia forward. Well, he has more than 20 years of experience working for multinational companies. Thank you so much, Ritki, for joining us today. I'd like to now pass it all over to you. Thank you.
I thank you, Bhavana, and thank you, the audience. I'll share my presentation shortly. Just give me a moment.
Yes, we can see the presentation. Thank you.
You can see the presentation. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Bhavana. Thank you also for World CX Summit Jakarta for having me today. It's a great day. So for Grab as Southeast Asia's leading super app, CX or customer experience is the heart of the success of Grab in so many ways. For me, as a president of Grab Indonesia, in fact, customer experience is one of the things I need to ensure that it's actually at its best. And today, I would like to share some stories here on how Grab has championed digital inclusion by reaching new customer segments during the pandemic, and how CX is one of the main principles for our engagement with our customers. So let me give you a little refresher as well in here. So for those of you who has not quite familiar with Grab, with our little history here, 8 years of history in Grab, we have now reached over 205 million mobile downloads, helping in our platforms to host more than 9 million micro entrepreneurs. And Grab is also, at this point of time, with pride, I would like to announce the fastest growing regional food delivery service in the region. And then we have now reached over 394 cities across 8 countries in Southeast Asia, helping them in their daily need, everyday everything super apps that helping their everyday needs as well. So our service now, as being a super app, we now offer many services from mobility, food, grocery delivery, package delivery, financial services, up to clean and fix, and many others. And then also worth to mention as well, for our mobility service, we are the leading right now, the leading operators in electric vehicles initiatives. We have launched services like Grab Car Electric, Grab Bike Electric, e-bike and e-scooters in the forms of Grab Wheels. And we are the first technology company operating in operating in Indonesia of over 5,000 electric vehicles in many forms. We are the first actually to deliver that. Beyond that as well, we're currently launching, I think it's about right at the right time, launching our telemedicine services through Grab Health in the cooperations with good doctors. And what is the key success factors in launching many of those is obviously collaborations. Collaborations are key for us. The robust ecosystem that Grab has built comes as a result of our willingness to partner with many service providers in which we see strategics and potential. We realize that in order to achieve a bigger goal, we need to partners. I think that is unavoidable. We need to partners while also strengthening our own capabilities. We partner with the best players in the industry and in the global world to ensure that customers, back to customers, are getting the best experience from our super apps. We partnered from the likes of the leading technology company in the world like Microsoft, the largest AI and software company, to online booking providers like Booking.com and Agoda, to the largest e-commerce player in Indonesia, such as Tokopedia, and telemedicine e-healthcare company like good doctors, also mobile e-payment in the forms of OVO, and just recently with Link Aja. And not only to that, we also partner with startups. We nurture through our initiative, which we call Grab Ventures Felicity, and take some of the startups that we help build, we help develop, like for example, Sejasa, to enrich our service offerings to our customers and users. Um, so in this quite complex, if you can see it, service providers landscape in the super apps, we need to think simpler. We need to come back and to know who exactly are our customers. I know it's not easy in the form of super apps, but looking at what the services that we're offering, we could actually make it quite simple to understand that Grab is a platform that is used by three different types of what we call customers. So there are three pillars of customers that we are serving. The three customers demand excellence, are interdependent. So really, really important, we put the best experience for all of them. So who they are, one pillar of customers, of course, are users. Mostly are people like you that use our apps every day to book for mobility transportations, for food deliveries, to deliver documents. There are also another pillars in which we call merchants. And these merchants are the likes of restaurants, also the online kiosk that we provide services to them. There are also agents that providing services to many of you. And there are another pillar of customers in which are driver partners. And driver partners help to connect users and merchants here in the real world, in the physical world. For example, to deliver your foods to your home or to your office, to take you from point A and point B. So really, really important for us to give the best experience to these customers. However, as we all know it, current situation is quite challenging to many of us. COVID-19 has changed the way people live, not only in Indonesia, not only in Southeast Asia, it's actually across the globe. It forces companies, many companies like us, who already have an established CX infrastructures, to rework it around the limitations of COVID-19, rework it around all the new behaviors in COVID-19. And as much as we are a technological company, there's of course still some physical aspects that was affected by this COVID limitation. We have to be able to provide peace of mind for our users, as well as income security still for our merchants and drivers. So when COVID came to place, we quickly put attention to our customers and providing services that is much needed for them. In Jakarta and Indonesia, when the first mobility restriction was in place with the regulations of PSBB, we are the first one that introduced the contactless delivery service. It enables people to still getting their foods, their documents, without need to actually to have contacts between the drivers and the users. We quickly communicate and educate also our merchants, restaurants, to enhance their food preparation protocols, to abide to the health protocols, given it the usage of hand sanitizers, daily checking of their staffs, and so on. And to our partner drivers, we also quickly introduced early in March what we call Grab Protect. We introduced Grab Protects both for 4 wheels and 2 wheels in the forms of Grab Car Protects and Grab Bike Protects. So for Grab Car Protects, we equip a separator and hygiene kit which protects both the passengers and the drivers. And for Grab Bike Protects, we provide new innovations, not so much technological, but new innovations that provide separators between the drivers and the passengers. To those of you who's Indonesians, maybe you know the terms of Gatot Kaca. We got a coverage of this Grab by Protect from the New York Times, and they call this a Gatot Kaca on the road. Basically, a Gatot Kaca is it's a traditional hero in the folklore. Yeah. So since its inception, since its launch in March, when PSBB was first enacted, Grab Protect has by now serving transport users more than 26 million kilometers. That's quite a long, yeah, and that equals to approximately 30 times of return travels from Earth to Moon. It's actually being used by many, and it has benefited many, as it provides a transport solution, mobility solutions, that's still giving a solutions also to health protocols. With this, with this very challenging new environment, we need to always think, and we need to always come back to technology, Grab as a technology company. And how do we leverage technology to upsurge of customers to still focus on how can we still give the best experience and the best assurance for them. Let me give you some examples. So let's start with this one. Yeah, this is an example of the usage of what we call emergency button for transportations. It may sound simple. It is not that simple, both in terms of technology and also in terms of the operational executions. So this is the case that happened in the circa of February 2020, so earlier this year. A GrabCar passengers made an emergency call through our a feature, which is SOS button. After immediately thought or realizing that the driver was not taking the usual route. So she panicked, it was a she panicked and immediately asked to be dropped at the side of the toll road, but it was not given by the driver. So she pushed the panic button, she pushed the SOS button. So our integrated safety center allows the customer to make emergency calls and direct them to the immediate response team or IRT. So this immediately triggered a trained staff according to the procedures to ensure the safety of the victim, providing support not only by staying on call to accompany her, but immediately sending a task force unit and locate the whereabouts of the passengers. And a replacement vehicles quickly pick up and drop off the victim to the destinations of her choice. So task force units in the field facilitates the victim and then made reports to police and further investigations. Thank God that after being investigated, it turned out that there was a bit of miscommunication between the drivers that pressed the navigation button wrongly and the perceptions of the passenger. So after seeing the driver partner's good faith to apologize, the victim agreed to close the complaint. So that was the example of technology and operational executions for the best customer experience. Another examples here that we could showcase here is showing our technology commitment. Priority to ensure that safety and well-being of everyone on our platforms. During the COVID restrictions, we enabled one technology that is called geofencing, protecting drivers and adding peace of mind for passengers. So we utilize the technologies to locate drivers that in congregations for more than 5 people, because it's actually restricted to have huge crowd. And then to those drivers that we locate using this technology, we send early warning to them. And then if actually it's a repeats actions, we could temporarily suspend them with a notification of what they should do, and they need to go through some education and training. Another technology that we put during this pandemic is Grab Merchants technology. So merchants no longer needs to go to our office to onboard our platforms. So they can sign up remotely, manage their stores straight from the mobile app. And then there are even more value added to be used by merchants. for example, Grab ads that they could use to increase their visibility in our apps. So between May and now, there's already 70,000 merchants in Indonesia joining Grab through self-onboarding through this technology. Another example is Grab Health, of course. Since the pandemic started, Grab Health, powered by Good Doctor, has increased daily capacity for these telemedicine services up to 10,000 times, providing various digital health services to public, especially for consultations. So we hosted more than 10,000 partner doctors at this point of time. We have services in 70 cities across Indonesia, 2,000 partnering with pharmacies, and a Good Doctor right now in Grab Health platform, ready to fulfill public health needs 24 hours a day, seven days a week. To cement our commitment, we also launched recently Grab Tech Center in Jakarta. This is a facility that have over 12,000 meters squared space, 9 floors, and as well as more than 100 meeting and collaboration rooms. We are dedicating these Grab Tech Centers for R&D to develop technology to empower SMEs or UMKM in Indonesia. We also name one of the hall to the attributed to the late President B.J. Habibie, and we got the blast from the family to use his name. We're thankful for that as well. So moving forward, looking at all of this, it is important for us to see that digital inclusion is key in reaching various customer segments as we're reaching out to many customer segments. For Indonesia, UMKM or MSMEs is the focus for COVID-19. And why is that? Because you can see that 60% of Indonesia's GDP are contributed by SMEs. And then 97% of Indonesia's workforce, the absorptions goes to MSMEs. Yet, you can see that only 16% of MSMEs right now is already in the digital ecosystems. That's a huge homework for many of us. Since the pandemic, Grab has added or onboarded more than 500,000 of UMKM or MSMEs into our platforms, adding a total to 6 million MSMEs in our platforms. So we reach out to many segments of MSMEs, not only the ones that already used for digitalizations, but also reaching out to many of them in remote places across Indonesia that didn't think that they could use technology or digital platforms to their business. One of them is this Ibu Nurlela Sembiring. She is a traditional merchant in a wet market in Medan. She never thought that she could be in digital space, but during this pandemic, we onboarded her and 32,000 others like her, the traditional merchants, to be in our platform and helping them not only to recover their business during pandemic, but many of them also experiencing actually much better sales compared to the before pandemic. So initiatives like this definitely changing also our attentions of customer experience. We need to ensure that our service level, that our customer experience is at the highest level for many others during this pandemic. It is very important for us to ensure that digital inclusion can reach people across Indonesia. From the likes of this Ibu on the left and the right, Ibu Octavia Ayu, and Ibu Acil Helma in Medan, that is in our Grab Express and Grab Kiosk platforms, to the likes of this Mas Fajar Siddiq. He has a disability, he has a hearing disability. He never thought that he could be part of economic productivity. He is our Grab drivers in Bandung. And then he's so glad, he's so thankful that he can actually be part of Grab activities and serving customers and users. To the likes of Mas Diki Wahyu, another Grab bike drivers, that he is funding his college education and at the same time also paying cost of living for his parents. To the likes of the young and aspired Mbak Ulfa and Lutfi in West Java, in which they grow their business significantly through online selling, utilizing products like Grab Assistance, Grab Express, and Grab Mart in Grab to grow their business. So to cap my presentations, it's our commitment to bring the best of our customer experience through digital ecosystems, especially during this pandemic, where people actually need it the most. Thank you for listening to my presentations. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Ritwik, for joining us today on the World CX Summit. It was truly a great session. Thank you once again for your time.
Most welcome. Thank you so much.